Arturo's level, the player is greeted by a little spooky forest scene. It's not too spooky because it is kind of the middle of the day, but still it gives a little bit of an eerie, creepy feeling. We have some collectibles here that they can pick up. Starts with a money collectible, which we have throughout the level. Throughout the project. And then we do have our rods, which are the featured asset of my particular scene. They will be able to go in and open the door, which is kind of the first part of their first objective. Another part requires them to jump over this wall here. And make their way back. They do need to run around here a little bit through the forest to actually pick up a couple of collectibles back here. Once they do that, they will be able to come back around and finish their objective of finding a way into the town. We do have a little bit of platforming here where they're able to build up on these crates, onto the buildings, and up onto these taller buildings to get some collectibles. They will have to remember from Arturo's level that they do need to use the flashlight in some dark areas, which there are a few. And again, they will need to practice some of their crouching and jumping, which they're pretty familiar with now at this point. We do have a little side section here that's filled with, kind of some trash and some rubble and things like that. They can move to get some more collectibles. Again, a little bit more crouching to get through to the other side here. Once they exit out of the building, there's a little more platforming. They can actually go up on top of this building here to get some more collectibles. And then from that building, they're able to actually go back behind, which they can reach it by getting past this rubble here as well. Behind there are some more collectibles that they can reach. This is a little hidden area. And then we have one final hidden area if they do build up to get to the top of this building. There are some collectibles there, and then behind in a little wooden area, there is one last little hidden thing that they can find. This is our featured asset. It is meant to be a shadow puzzle, but it doesn't quite cooperate with some of the lighting that we have, so it doesn't quite function that way. Right now it's really just a door trigger, and basically shows the map of how to go through the maze. So once they've triggered the door, they will come out here, go down the stairs, and this is another area where they're going to need to use the flashlight, which is why the map comes so in handy, because they will definitely need to remember how to get out of here once they aren't able to see much. There isn't a whole lot in the maze other than, it's basically just a maze. They're not able to see. They do need to follow the map, so that's where the interactivity comes in. If you know the route like I do, obviously it's a little bit boring, but because of how dark it is and needing to find your way through here, that gives it a little bit more of a challenge. There are some collectibles scattered out through here, a couple things for the player to find that they can kind of explore a little bit. Once they do get around to the end, it does trigger, they did find the end. There's one last collectible they can get, and then there is a keypad on the door that they are able to hit to trigger the exit, where they will then go out into these stairs that lead to Randall's level. Once the player leaves Arturo's level, they are greeted with a little wooded forest scene. It is a little creepy. There is a cemetery over to the side for a little bit of visual effect there. Once they come up to the town, they do get the objective to find a way into the town, and they start to get some collectibles here. So we have our money collectible, and then my featured asset, which is one of 5 rods that they are able to collect to build the shadow puzzle later in the level. Once they go through the gate here, they need to find a way past this rubble. They do have that message volume. Once they get a little bit closer to it, which you will see in 1 second here, the easiest way to do that is just to take a quick jump over that wall. And once they're over, it's just another quick build back up over the wall on this side so they can get back into the town. Once they're in the town, they do actually need to come back out into the little forest here along this carefully constructed path that they cannot veer off of, to get another collectible and another rod. And then it is back into the town to complete the objective of finding a way inside. There is a little bit of platforming in here where they can come up and find some hidden collectibles. It's basically for the completionists who want to find those. They do need to remember from Arturo's level that they do need to use the flashlight in the dark areas, because we do have a little bit of that. And then it's kind of the crouch and jump mechanics that we're utilizing in sort of this puzzle space. There is a little hidden area here. I guess not so hidden, but a little area here that is kind of blocked off. They can move all of that to get some more collectibles. And then continue crouching and jumping their way back outside. Once they do get back out of the building, they have a couple options that they can do. They can do some more platforming onto this building to get some more hidden collectibles. Once they're up there, there is a little wooden area down behind there where they can will get their last rod for the shadow puzzle, which is right here. Right now it is not functioning as a shadow puzzle. It's actually currently just a map for the maze that is in the next area. The lighting and the scripting for that wasn't quite working properly. So for right now, it's just a door trigger to go down into the maze. The map in the shadow puzzle is kind of important because, as you can see, it is very dark in the maze, so it is pretty difficult to kind of find your way around without knowing where you're going first. So since you have that map, it's definitely going to help out. Obviously, those that don't want to use that are going to be in for a bit of a challenge trying to find their way out of here. And then the darkness of it does add to that kind of sort of creepy feeling that we were trying to go throughout this part of the project. There are collectibles scattered out throughout here. There are a couple checkpoints in case anything happens to them somehow between the beginning and the end of the maze. So they don't have to lose all their progress. At least there's some sort of saving grace that they can get back here. Once they get to the end, it is just a simple little keypad that they press to open, and that will take them out the exit door and to a series of multi-level stairs that lead up into Randall's scene.